Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay, yeah. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo, yeah. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob, MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to.
Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay, yeah. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo, yeah. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob, MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here inside the Xavier School, San Juan City. This is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 3, ang Liga ng Bawat Batang Pilipino. 14 under division featuring the Antipolo JY Titans and Biñan Tatak Emeralds Lamtex. Now let us meet the starters from both teams. First, for the Antipolo JY Titans. Starting point guard number 5, Cedric Reyes. Shooting guard number 14, Zani Acera. Small forward number 3, Dwayne Septio. Power forward number 7, Kyle Dagokan. And at center number 15, Charles Navarro. The head coach is Mike Romero. Assisted by Randy Velasco, Patrick Bakay, and Charles Castelloni. Team manager, Rafi Katigbak. And now let us meet the starters for Biñan Tatak Emeralds Lamtex. Starting point guard number 6, Kobe Salazar. Other guard number 74, Rain August. At forward number 10, Jaden Cabunias. Other forward number 14, Mark Overes. And at center number 5, Neil Magat. Head coach is Rick Pagusara. Assisted by Jack Ascueta, Dean Marquez, Robert Vidamo, Fred Libita, and Ryan Tortal. Team manager, Job Teves, and team owner, Honorable Mayor Jel Alonte. Officiating this ball game, Saraf Ungad, Ben Gomez, and Eric Damapanag. Junior MPBL Executive Director, Mr. J.R. Navarro. Junior MPBL Commissioner, Mr. Kit Picasso.
On to game number 4 of a 9-game slate ngayong Sabado. Look at our Doride team starters. It's Salazar, Cabuñas, Agnas, Omeres, Magat para sa Biñan. Antipolo naman has Reyes, Acera, Sepnio, Dagokdokan, and Navarro. To round out their 5, the first game of a 3-game set between the Biñan Tatak Emeralds Lamtex and the Antipolo JY Titans. First crack mapupunta dito sa Biñan. Parang iba rin yung energy na dala dito sa 14-under game. No? May anticipation for both these squads and even their crowd na nararamdaman natin dito sa ating likuran.
Definitely, these are powerhouses in their respective divisions, no? In the North and South.
The battle of the powerhouses pala to. Justin, of course, Jaime Mendior, kasama pa rin Justin Almeida alongside Nicole Lim. Bring you reaction mula nga dito sa Xavier School in San Juan as Magat gives us our first pound-for-pound fitness foul-counted move. B-Liga ready.
Biñan sporting a 4-1 record. Pero naman para sa Antipolo, JY Titans, undefeated.
So extra incentive, no, for both these teams to still cling at the top of our standings. Taking a foul will be meted dito kay Dwayne Sepnio after missing on that 3-point try. This is Agnas. This kid, something to watch, Justin. Talking about Rain Agnas. Quite an impressive season number 3 para sa batang to. Leads the break. Ooh, met a top by Reyes, but he will head to the line for 2.
Nice gather there para kay Agnas.
Had a player with him but decides to take it all the way to the hoop.
Okay, I'll take the contact.
Yung demeanor nito ni Rain Agnas, Justin, reminds me of a player that you were talking about sa Pocket League. Itong si Rich Bautista, no? Parang yung sleepy demeanor lang, you know, his eyes might deceive you talking about Rain Agnas, but certainly yung laro ng batang to, just purely deceptive, I would say. Parang hindi mo akalain, and then next thing you know, he's been dropping dimes and getting those baskets as Biñan enjoying this 5-point advantage early in this game.
Swag talaga, no, ni Rich Bautista.
Cabuñas drops it off to Omeres, but couldn't contain that pass as ball goes back to Antipolo. Still searching for their first points in this ball game.
Tagal-tagal ko na rin di na-cover tong si Mark Omeres. I remember watching him. First game covering here sa Junior MPBL. Very impressive yung big man yan.
Charles Navarro showing us na you can be impressed about me as well. This is our first time covering, of course, itong Antipolo JY Titans dito sa ating season number 3. Navarro gives them their first bucket. Reyes will lead the break para sa Antipolo. Sepnio, same spot. Still can find his range. Second opportunity. They kick it out. Baseline jumper. Malakas naman para dito kay Acera. Takbo tayo sa kabila. Agnas. Looking for a friend. Gets the ball stolen away by Sepnio. Reyes once again itatakbo para sa Antipolo. No look inside. Fading away and gets the two. This is Kyle Dagokdokan.
I was speaking to head coach Mike Romero earlier of the Antipolo squad. Sabi ko, Coach, how do you plan to win this ball game? Since nga, medyo malakas yung kalaban nyo na Biñan with a 4-1 record. So he said, you know, they really want to implement the Antipolo style of basketball. Siyempre, they start on the defensive end. That's where they really get their momentum, no? And Antipolo style is really run and gun.
Showing us exactly yung type of basketball na gusto nila. As Reyes will be called for his second personal. Something he has to be careful. That was that Dagokdokan jumper earlier. To cut the lead down to 1, 5-4. Misfiring was Salazar. As a loose ball foul will be whistled here kontra kay Magat.
We like how Salazar got wide open on that baseline inbound play. One of the things that you can see from Biñan as early as the age of 14 and 12 to 14, nakaka-execute na sila ng mga plays na ganyan.
Well, this Biñan team was the champion, or at least the Biñan brand was the champion sa ating season number 2, 14 under division. So while this is not the same team that won that championship, certainly if ikaw naman si Tatak Gel, you would want to have that same expectations para sa mga bata to maybe surpass or even match yung output na yun.
So these kids, no, they have big shoes to fill, carrying the name of Biñan.
Parang ano na rin yung preparation ng mga bata dito, Justin, no? Next time, drums na yan. Ngayon, parang balloons pa lang yung pinang-de-distract dito ng mga fans ng Biñan. Trying to bother itong si Kyle Cedric Dagokdokan.
Patikim pa lang daw yan. Iba na pag playoff basketball.
Nire-ready ka pa lang. Pa-balloons pa lang, right? Yung mga hiyawan.
Baga, wag mo muna ilabas yung alas mo.
As Agnas, his three rattles out. Rebound battle. Secured by Antipolo. Chance for them to take the lead after trailing by 5 early in this ball game. Salazar able to track it down. Trying to look ahead. Good hands by Magat but stolen away by the JY Titans.
Kita natin doon sa sequence na yon, running that, you know, showing their defense and that run and gun mentality of theirs.
They go inside all alone underneath and gets the contact against Magat. That's Zani Acera. Running and gunning itong Antipolo JY Titans. Look at that no-look pass. To bring out the goggles, I believe that feed coming from Charles Navarro.
Ganda ng spin move ni Acera. Napasayaw dun sa sounds natin.
Coach Anton de los Reyes checking in, along with, of course, Charles Baitiong. They'll be covering the last 5 games of this Saturday. Preparing for those 2 big matchups ng Biñan and 7-5, Antipolo JY Titans up by 2 after trailing 5-0. Sila naman ang magbibitaw dito ng 7-0 run. Salazar. Now Cabuñas for 3. That's off. It's a shot clock violation will be called kontra Biñan.
Pagandahan pala ng baon dito sa mga
Dunkin Donuts lang yung dala mo, Justin. Right? Charles showing us how it's done. May fan of the game ka na kaagad. Hindi pa tayo nagsisimula. A little over halfway through here sa ating first period. Antipolo looking to extend this 2-point advantage. They have the 7-0 run going. Almost a steal. Nagkahiyaan. Good dive for that basketball. Possession para sa Biñan. Salazar, no look to Agnas. Back to Salazar, but blocked there. Good anticipation coming from Navarro.
Oh, the defense of Antipolo coming into play there to counter steal.
Trying to get it ahead to Agnas. Just ran out of room. Very unfortunate there para sa Biñan.
Para naman sa side ng Biñan, no? Speaking of baon, ang baon ni Coach Rick Pagusaran is, you know, for them to win this ball game, they have to limit the second chance rebounding of Antipolo. The bigs will need to do some extra work kasi nga mas malaki ang front court ng kalaban nila, and yun, yung mga press break.
So far, their defense, masikip-sikip din dito para sa Antipolo, not allowing anything easy. They will inbound from the baseline, talking about the JY Titans. Great execution leading to this bucket para kay Daniel Puno.
Speaking of size advantage, Puno treeing over his defenders.
First two of the ball game para sa kanya. Lead up to 4 now. As a backing violation will be called kontra Biñan. Salazar having quite some difficulty getting that ball across. Pinahihirapan siya nito Alvaro Mendoza. Balasa muna dito Antipolo JY Titan. Sepnyo taking a seat along with Zani Acera. This is Mendoza. It's 6 to shoot now para sa Antipolo. Pulling up and gets a basket to fall is Jacob Dupit.
May run here para sa Antipolo, no? Extending their lead to 6 points.
11 unanswered para dito sa JY Titans. Aggressive move there, but denied on the attack is Cabuñas. Cabuñas, certainly one of the players din na inaasahan dito ng Biñan. Ito yung backcourt partner ni Rain Agnas, I would say. Look to execute from this baseline inbound itong Biñan. Firing from the corner. And foul shooting that 3 is Cabuñas. Puno. Maybe napahaba yung branch out niya dun sa kanyang close out. Chance para sa Biñan to address this 11-0 run.
Quick substitution para kay Rick Pagusaran. Changing his point guard, no? Salazar taking a seat. Putting in itong si De Partire.
That's De Parine. I'm not sure why that is, but I've covered this kid and it's De Parine para dito nga sa Biñan.
Actually number 18 as well.
Oh, out of 2 is Cabuñas. And that out of 3. So couldn't they capitalize on that 3 free throws was Cabuñas. Still no go para sa Biñan. Alguire missing on that short stamp as Cabuñas will be called for a hold. Just when you thought, no, ito na, pang address na ng drought nitong Biñan yung free throws na yun from Cabuñas. They come up empty. So still down by 6, 11-5.
Well, Biñan is struggling with that front court of Antipolo. Having a hard time getting a shot in. Haba nga naman ng mga players ng Titans.
Kick out to Mendoza. Dupit. Similar shot. That time too strong. Biñan looking to run. Cabuñas attacks once again. Medyo masikip. Kick out De Parine. Trying to find this big man underneath. Short on that attempt was Basa. Mendoza will call it out para sa JY Titans. 1 minute and 38 remaining in just our first period. Kakalog palabas. That 3 ball coming from Rafael Sabio. Sa loose ball foul will be whistled here.
Parang nagulat siya, you know? He just looked away and then biglang nalibre na siya agad for that 3.
Basa called for that push. Trying to get that defensive rebound para sa Biñan. Penalty na dito, parehong koponan. That's why we see Dupet on the line. And so far, nag-work tong distraction ng Biñan fans, Justin. No? I think 0 out of 3 from the charity stripe itong Antipolo. Make that 0 out of 4 actually.
Lumalakas na rin yung mga palo nila eh.
I mean, if we could hear it, then certainly naririnig din itong mga players na to. Make that 0 out of 5 from the free throw line itong Antipolo. Cabuñas. Ball fake, pulling up for the 3. Too strong. Couldn't secure the rebound. Was Puno, so it will stay with Biñan. Shot clock will reset to 14. Alguire. Ayaw pa din. Basa. Gets fouled from behind.
Biñan getting good looks inside. Executing on those inbound plays. Pero may halong onting malas. The ball's not dropping in.
Ganda ng panimula nila, no? 5-0 run. Antipolo JY Titans makes this an 11-5 ball game. No? 11-0 run naman yung binitawan nila. But Biñan here in the tail end of the first period have had some opportunities. This is their 4th straight miss dito sa free throw line. Make that 0 out of 5. Napako na rin sila dito sa 5 points. Great setup job there as Puno. Napailing na lang dito. Dahil ganito lang kasimple ang basketball.
Si ano pala yan? Si ganito lang kasi yan.
Napailing na lang siya eh. Getting that contact. Nahihirapan ba kayong pumuntos? Daniel Puno off the bench. 4 points, a bonus free throw coming his way. Couldn't complete it. So still scoreless from the free throw line itong Antipolo. I'll make that, sorry. 1 out of 6.
Biñan has to make a quick adjustment here. You don't want this lead to balloon right away, especially going up against the #1 team in the North Division.
Agnas, ito naman yung player na pwede mong puntahan if need mo ng puntos. A player that could certainly create something for himself or his teammates. Finally getting a bucket para dito sa Biñan. Lead down to 6, 13-7. He comes up with a steal. Gives it up. De Parine with a finish.
Nice two-man game between De Parine and Agnas to end the quarter.
7.9 seconds remaining as Antipolo JY Titans would like to talk it over. Still up by 4, 13-9. Agnas. Timely assist. De Parine, hindi naman sinayang. 4 straight points para dito sa Biñan. .9 seconds remaining dito sa ating first quarter. The Antipolo JY Titans has this 4-point advantage. 13-9 kontra Biñan. Chance for them to score one more bucket before the quarter ends. With aggressive attack there. But coming up empty was Mendoza. As the first quarter buzzer will sound. They're being down by 8. Itong Biñan Tatak, Gel Emeralds, Lamtex, Justin able to go on that mini 4-0 run. Sabi mo, you don't want this lead to balloon at this point. So look at some highlights brought to us by Chef's Magic.
Yeah, well, maganda nga yung ginawa ni De Parine and Agnas. You know, 2 fast break layups to close this quarter, and they did get it down to 4 points. So avoiding that this lead going away from them early.
Avoiding that big hole nga dito sa Antipolo JY Titans. Atop the standings are both these teams 13-9. Abante ang ng 4 ang Antipolo at the end of the first.
Parang nga dito sa Antipolo Titans, Coach Michael Romero mentioned that pagdating sa kanyang coaching style ay talagang hinahanap daw niya muna yung soft spot ng kanyang players dahil sa gantong paraan daw ay na-earn niya yung respect ng mga bata. Dagdag pa niya for this game, they really prepare on their conditioning para daw magtuloy-tuloy ang consistency ng mga bata. Back to you guys.
Thank you once again. That was Nicole Lim with that report, helping us navigate the sidelines for the 4 games ngayong umaga. So kasabay nating i-exit itong si Nicole Lim. Si Jay Ang, of course, will be replacing her for the last 5 games along with our good friends Charles Baitiong and Anton De Los Reyes. And conditioning, as yun yung takeaway ko dun sa report na yun ni Nicole Lim. And Antipolo JY Titans certainly showing, no, na by this time in the season, yun na yung kailangan mong habulin, no, kung paano mo masusustain yung laro mo throughout the 4 quarters.
Definitely, conditioning talaga ang kailangan nila. If it's a run-and-gun type of basketball na linalaro nyo, you can't take your foot off the gas pedal with this style of play.
Dupit getting that 3 ball to fall to open up the scoring dito sa ating second period as Antipolo back up by 7. Mendoza calling it out para sa JY Titans. Dupit once again. Couldn't make it back-to-back threes. Takbo tayo sa kabila, Day Parine. That slow-mo maneuver. What a move coming from Casey Trice Mabini.
You know, we see a lot of kids use that Pinoy step, but that was the perfect time to use it.
Matapang itong si Mabini. Very elusive in that attempt. Cutting the lead down to 5, 16 to 11. Under 9 minutes to play dito sa ating second period. Just 4 to shoot now para sa Antipolo. Mendoza. Able to get it to Sabio. Would count if it goes, and it does. Just in the nick of time. Balik sa pito kalamangan ng Antipolo, 18 to 11.
And using the glass.
Dalawa na yan, yung Dupit 3 ball kanina using the glass, and ito kay Sabio. So mukhang maganda basa nila ng morning dito sa Xavier School. Agnas though will be called for steps. Bit more action pack itong second period natin. Mag-umpisa pa lang.
Agnas kahit galing turnover, kalmado lang
Just even keeled itong batan to. It's Mendoza drawing the contact against Mabini. Heads to the line for 2.
Ano ba? Stoic. Tsura ni Agnes
This is Alvaro Mendoza. Decent averages as well. Probably their top assist guy, I would say. Alvaro Mendoza, averaging close to 4 assists a contest. And free throws still not falling para dito sa JY Titans. 1 out of 7 after that miss.
Malakas na talaga yung mga palakpak.
Malakas na talaga dito. No? Like that 0 out of 2 for Mendoza. Salazar back in the ball game para sa Biñan. This is Mabini. Now Agnas. Zips it inside Mabini. A sorry miss. Puno towering over Mabini for that rebound. Approaching the 7.5 mark dito sa ating second quarter. Driving baseline and pulling up. Shot too strong. Good coverage there para sa Biñan.
No, that was a shot in traffic. No room to get a clear one up.
Mabini to Salazar. Now Agnas. Kick out. Mabini in the corner. Couldn't get the bounce. Power rebound. But missing was Alguire. Tatakbo ni Mendoza. Finds an opening, no look. Nice find! Hindi naman pinahiyaan ni Dupet.
What a nice pass. Like he said, no look pass into the floater.
Very heady point guard itong si Mendoza para sa JY Titans. Just knows where his teammates are. Omeres denied by Puno. Sepnio leads the break, gets a ball tap from behind, stolen by Salazar. Salazar pa rin. Agnas feeding Omeres. Short stab.
Second try para kay Omeres is good.
That's what you want to see. Even getting denied, hindi pa rin tumitigil to look for that basket. Lead sila at 7, 20-13 for the JY Titans. Sepnyo. Now Mendoza. They find the open man in the corner. It's a bit off though para kay Dupet. Salazar muli. Passing for this Umeres pick. Mendoza will make the switch. Now Alguire. Agnas with 8 to shoot. Corner 3, Mabini. Rattles out. Puno, another rebound.
Struggling is Mabini, second time around from the opposite side. Still hasn't got that to fall down.
Nahanap din nila talaga si Mabini, no? Trying to set him up to hit those outside shots. Sabio pulls up. Too strong. Alguire secures the rebound. Salazar trying to thread the needle. Stolen away by Antipolo. Nilipad Mendoza. Gets fouled by Umeres. Umeres siya. Kontra kay Umeres. First on Umeres. Ano naman yung sabong sa ere. It's a good challenge. No easy two. You see Mendoza just picking himself up off the floor. Very tough point guard. Sabi ko nga sa'yo, I have that feel na yung court general na meron itong JY Titans talking about si Mendoza, just very heady. Just knows where that ball should go.
Court general, pero can also attack the basket itong si Mendoza. On the other hand, you like the foul that Umeres gave. A hard, clean foul. Diba? Kung pa-foul ka nga naman, might as well make it count.
Biñan Tatak Gel will call for a timeout. Down by 8, 21-13. 5 and 10 remaining dito sa ating first half.
One of the top scorer of Biñan, Rain Agnas, shared his thoughts na kulang at hindi pa siya satisfied sa kanyang nagiging performance. Also, he mentioned na before this game ay talagang nagdasal daw siya para mas lumakas pa ang kanyang loob. For this game nga daw, mas dodoble niya ang kanyang effort as he's motivated dahil nandito ngayon ang kanyang mga kuya supporting him on their game. Jaime and Justin.
Maraming salamat muli, Nicole Lim, with that report. And Rain Agnas, again, that's an excellent mindset for this young kid. Not content in terms of his performance dahil very all-around na siya dito sa ating season number 3, making a name for himself. One of the go-to guys nga para dito sa Biñan, but not stopping. No? Hindi pa siya kontento. Still wants to develop himself.
Well, that is. Pre, itong si Agnas has very outstanding numbers for Biñan. You know, their top scorer, 17 points. Then 6.6 rebounds. Also has 6.4 assists. And averaging 3 steals.
Talagang, yun nga, all-around performer itong si Rain Agnas. As you see that bucket earlier. That was courtesy of John Cedric Marquez. Para sa Antipolo JY Titans. Now up by 10, 23-13. Jumper is short para kay Sabio. It will go back to Biñan. Under 4 minutes to play dito sa ating second period. Mover the bakod.
Medyo lang ang scoring natin dito sa second quarter.
Mabini able to outsmart yung kanyang defender. Just knew that the contact was coming. Fishing for that foul and heads to the line for 2. 14 under already has that game sense, no? Yung IQ to be able to anticipate that there was a player coming at him. Although free throws haven't been the friend of either team, I would say. Biñan 3 out of 9 after that miss. 2 out of 10 naman para sa Antipolo JY Titans.
4 points para sa Biñan in this quarter so far.
Able to cut the lead down to 9, 23-14. Another critical spot para dito sa Biñan. Yung inihingi mo nga sa first quarter, Justin, where they shouldn't allow itong JY Titans to create much of a separation. Great aggressive move there. Drawing the contact as well. Playing off the bench itong si John Cedric Marquez.
Challenging the defense there. Off of that pump fake into that one dribble. Nakita mo yung space na kinain niya kahit one dribble lang. He's covering so much ground itong si Marquez.
It's good length as well for this kid. Sa 14 under division, you just feel like nabubuo na rin siya. I wouldn't be surprised kung nakita ko siya sa 16 under and di ba, ka-size na rin niya yung mga players doon. Hits on both. Unfazed by the clapping from our fans. Lead up to 11. The biggest now para sa Antipolo JY Titans. 3:20 remaining dito sa ating second. Salazar trying to set up Cabuñas. That was Mateo rather. Good intention. Found an open space thinking that Cabuñas will make that cut.
Pass just a bit too forward, no? Para kay Mateo.
Thinking 3. Gets it closer. Drops it off. Gets it to roll in. Is Luke Paracha.
Double-digit lead na. Up to 13 for Antipolo.
Tuloy-tuloy lang ang opensa dito ng Antipolo JY Titans. Now enjoying this 13-point advantage as Umeres. Ayaw talaga mahulog para dito sa Biñan.
Ganda na ng galaw eh, no? Using the timing eh. It's pure timing. Wasn't the fastest of moves but still got away with it.
Boligan. Getting the ball back. Setting up for this open jumper. Takes it closer. Marquez once again. Palaki ng palaki kalamangan dito ng Antipolo. Now at 15, 29-14. Coaching the 2-minute mark here sa ating second. Mabini will try from outside. Uses the glass but won't fall. Boligan. Making a move on the opposite side. Drops it off. Denied was Octavio. Still 9 to shoot for the white shirts. Another 3. And another conversion that time around. That was Navarro knocking it down. Trabado rather. Trabado make that 5 straight para sa kanya. Just like that. A 20-point lead for the JY Titans. 34-14. Just a minute and 23 remaining.
Oh, Trabado going on. 5-0 run of his own. The lead now, no, what we were talking about earlier shouldn't balloon, but it's now at 19.
With just a minute and 23 remaining dito sa ating second quarter, look at our quarter scene stealer brought to us by Chef's Magic. From tip-off to the final buzzer, every moment counts and so does every meal. Whether you're celebrating a win or just enjoying the game, Chef's Magic Condiments brings the flavor that makes every bite unforgettable. Chef's Magic, make every meal a magic moment. What a magical sidestep para dito kay Marquez. Gandang performance here in the second quarter. It has allowed itong Antipolo JY Titans to now build this 22-point advantage.
Kita natin si Marquez has been aggressive, driving inside. Looking like he's ready for the next division. Then also Trabado chipping in a 5-0 run. Extending it to 20 nga, no? Before that timeout.
Outscoring itong Biñan here in the second period, 21-5. That's a good setup job para kay Umeres. On the line for the first time is Hernandez. Short on that first. Free throw so far para sa Biñan Tatak Gel. 4 out of 11. Also not helping their cause. 1 out of 2 though para kay Hernandez. Let's see if they can go on this mini run. Look to make this a more manageable lead heading to our second half. It's Boligan. Pulls up for 3. Off to the left. Rebounded. Second chance opportunity. Marquez na naman. 10 na para kay Marquez off the bench. Agnas trying to go on that no look. Gets it to Umeres. Setting up Hernandez once again. Adjusts mid-air. That shot falls short as a loose ball foul will be whistled here kontra kay Paracha.
Second chance points, no? Definitely something that Coach Rick Pagusaran was talking about. Something that they should limit for Antipolo if they want to catch up.
Hernandez. Short. Rebounded by Marquez. Excellent performance para dito kay Marquez. 10 points, 5 rebounds. Make that 6 rebounds after that one he just secured. There's 3 seconds remaining. Pulling up for another 3. It's a bit short, but that will count. Was right before the buzzer. Everything working para dito sa Antipolo JY Titans.
Yeah, that was Luke Samuel Paracha with that buzzer beater to end the quarter, and the referee is signaling that the basket is good.
Estrabado with that miss. Presence of mind para kay Paracha, just anticipating where that ball will fall. As Antipolo will take with them a 23-point lead. Heading into our second half of action as we look at some highlights brought to us by Chef's Magic.
Definitely a quarter to forget for Antipolo, for Biñan, only scoring 6 points here in the second quarter. But on the other side for Antipolo, Trabajo chipped in a 5-0 run to end that second quarter, pushing this lead to now 23.
And outside shooting has been working para nga dito sa Antipolo. A couple of 3-pointers there in the second. It's working their Chef's Magic here in the first half. Abante nga sila ng 25 points, 40-15 at the half. At the half, it's 40-15. A 25-point lead para dito sa Antipolo JY Titans. Quite the second quarter na binitawan nila dito. Justin kontra Biñan Tatak Gel. Emeralds Lamtex. Limiting din yung kanilang scoring to just 6 points. And putting up 27 of their own. Field goal shooting has been a premium dito para sa Antipolo. 51% at the half. Yung easy baskets na nakuha nila in their second unit led by itong si Marquez has allowed them to create the separation.
Aside from that, it has also been the three-point shooting. Only 20% for Antipolo Titans, but hitting two crucial ones at the end. They are also sharing the basketball, coming off of those turnovers from their full court press. They share that basketball, go on a 2-on-1, 3-on-2 fast break. And even in the turnovers, the Emeralds in that second quarter becoming a little more careless. And it's been Antipolo in that second quarter.
All Antipolo indeed. As before we resume our second half of action, look at our fan of the game brought to us by True Tea Iced Tea, spotting someone in the crowd who's been cheering non-stop, full of energy and bringing all the good vibes here in this game. And you know what they say, the coolest fan deserves the coolest iced tea. Congratulations to our fan of the game. You're getting a refreshing treat from True Tea Iced Tea, a no sugar added iced tea. Stay cool with True Tea Iced Tea. The goodness of iced tea without the sugar. Second half just about ready to resume. Para dito naman sa Biñan Tatak Gel Emeralds Lamtex, Justin, what went wrong in that second that we would look to address in the last two quarters?
Well, they did go on a cold streak. Itong Biñan Emeralds Lamtex, they are struggling to find offense. But it has been that interior defense of Antipolo. That's why nahihirapan sila makascore sa loob. So maybe some outside shooting, more attempts from the outside. We saw Mabini trying to, get himself going. But you have to keep taking those shots. At some point, it's gonna go down, and that can also create luluwag na rin yung depensa sa loob once those outside shots start falling.
Oh, out of 6 nga in that first half. Talking about the outside shooting or the three-point shooting ng Biñan Tatak Gel. Let's see if they will put a lot more attempts from beyond the arc dito sa kanilang second half. Down by 25. Imagine this was just a 4-point ball game, 13-9 at the end of the first period. Na talagang bitaw dito itong Antipolo, and even getting that buzzer beater to fall. They will begin the third with De Parine, Umerez, Alguire, Agnas, and Cabuñas. Agnas, push shot, now won't fall. Trying to fight for that board, but ball goes back to the JY Titans. Para naman sa JY Titans, it's Martellana beginning this third period. He will try to be their court general dito sa ating third. Trying to maintain, if not increase, itong 25-point lead. This foul off the ball will be whistled here.
That's Agnas who is on the floor.
Yep. Not quite sure what transpired, but it was off the basketball here at the top of our screens. So they will have to take a second look. In contact. Agnas and Dimanlig, it appears, number 11 para sa JY Titans.
Onting shoving sa off arm. That was really Dimanlig.
Not even a minute gone by dito sa ating third quarter. Pero that's the type of intensity for both these teams. Sitting atop our standings nga, like you mentioned, Justin, coming into this ball game. So certainly magandang sukatan for both of them to see where they are dito sa ating season number 3.
Well, we are crossing brackets here, from the north and south. So it's a nice gauge nga. Kita natin kung how well you stand here in the Junior MPBL tournament.
So after review, so it'll be an offensive foul called against Dimanlig. Did appear that was the case as Agnas received that forearm nga.
Nothing too excessive there. Just an offensive foul called on Biñan Tatak.
Chance of defense now, trying to egg on itong JY Titans. Agnas, able to score a bucket. Dito na ba? Magigising ang opensa ni Rain.
Maybe that offensive foul woke him up.
Bonus free throw coming the way of Agnas. That move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness. B-Liga ready. Pass just a bit too strong. Intended for CJ Ang. Wasn't ready for that one. Was CJ.
Diligently working on her reports.
Yeah.
The next
Jumper, Cabuñas, that won't fall. Alguire trying to keep it alive but snatched away there by Navarro. Trying to get it ahead now Martellana. Stolen away by Agnas. Sidestepping his way through for two.
Ayun na nga, no? After that offensive foul, Agnas coming to life.
Nagising, no? Napoke yung bear. It's Rain Agnas. Personal 5-0 run to bring his team within 21 points. Malaki-laki pa rin hinahabol dito ng Biñan, but this is the spurt na kailangan mo if ikaw ang Biñan. Sidestepping his way through, Biñan denied. It's denied twice and a double dribble violation will be called against him. Si Rain Agnas. Patented. Agnas once again, that time a bit too deep.
You can see this kid, no fear attacking the basket despite his frame.
He gets the ball after that block. Short on the layup though was Cabuñas. And he gives up the foul. So opportunities coming the way of Biñan. A lot more looks here in the third period. Itong Antipolo still looking for that first point dito sa ating third quarter.
So far it has been Biñan naman on this side this time around, going for that run and gun offense.
It's Navarro. Kick out, Sepnio. Martellana for three. That's short. Sepnio able to get the offensive rebound. Now Biñan. They will run out of clock. The initial shot did not hit the ring. Shot clock violation para dito sa JY Titans.
So a couple of stops here for Biñan. They have been doing well on the defensive end. Just need to put more points on the other side, but Agnas heating up.
Turnover para dito sa Biñan. A backcourt violation. Very unfortunate for Biñan. Yung mga ganyang opportunities, you're getting stops on the other end. Sabi mo, Justin, yung ability mo ba makakonvert sa kabila, could you make it more consistent? It's a foul will be called here. Kontra kay Kababaw. The interior defense of Biñan here in the third quarter, medyo mas madiin na. Not really allowing anything easy para sa mga nag-penetrate for the JY Titans.
Definitely not allowing anything. Still no points on the board in the first 4 minutes 15 seconds.
Look at that feed coming from Rain Agnas as Umeres. Baka mas may awa daw yung ring dito dahil yung mga ganong tira ni Umeres kanina sa kabilang side that wasn't falling. Kababaw able to escape. Gives the first two para sa Antipolo here in the third.
Making up for his last play. Offensive foul was called on him.
Umeres. Blocked. Great denial there from Sepnio. Martellana loses the leather. Takbo na naman tayo sa kabila. Cabuñas. Through the middle. Almost an all-the-way basket.
Biñan still hasn't scored 0 out of 3. Or make that 0 out of 4.
Player appears to be hit on the face. This is Umeres para sa Biñan. Might have been poked or swiped at. Holding on to his nose if I'm seeing this from our angle. But he will have to be subbed out because play was stopped. Trying to address itong injury nga of Umeres. Has to be replaced momentarily.
Just trying to shake it off.
As with most of the kids that we see dito sa ating Manny Pacquiao Jr. MPBL, pinapagpag. Samantala, punta muna tayo kay Nicole for a report.
Para nga sa kapunan ng Biñan, as they've been struggling to get the lead, Coach Rick said that nasayang yung 5-0 run nila dahil sa nawala yung effort during the second quarter. Dagdag pa niya, nawala din daw yung sense of urgency ng mga ito dahil masyadong na-relax. Kaya naman for the second half of the game, coaching staff are motivating them na ipakita nila na deserve nilang nandito sila ngayon. Jaime and Justin.
Thank you once again. That was Nicole Lim with that report, and certainly a wake-up call dahil nga that forgettable second period, like you said, Justin. I'm certain itong si Coach Rick not gonna be happy with that performance. And nakita mo rin naman yung responde early here in the third para sa Biñan Tatak gel.
Maganda naman yung ginawa nila on the defensive end. Of course, Agnas leading the break. 4 straight points for him to open this quarter, in third quarter. Pero, we still have had some careless turnovers and not so efficient on their set offense. Maybe something that they can do is a run and gun para lumiit itong lamang na to coming into the fourth.
4:34 remaining dito sa ating third period. So far, medyo malamig din yung simula dito ng Antipolo JY Titans. This is favorable if ikaw naman ng Biñan, but like you said, it has to be in bunches, that run and gun. Maybe they can initiate dito sa ating third period as Agnas finds Hernandez for the easy bucket.
Finally, something going for them on that set offense. Finding Hernandez inside.
Sepnio will fire for 3. Will be clipped by Salazar. That's not something you want to do if ikaw naman ang Biñan. Bit too aggressive on that chase down was Salazar.
Earlier, Sepno tried to draw a foul there. It was called for faking a foul. But this time around, being successful.
Totoo na.
Oo.
Tinamaan na talaga ako. Missing on the first though. Lead sila at 19. 4:02 remaining sa ating third. 0 out of 2. So similar to that Cabuñas 3-pointer earlier, no, na hindi rin siya nakapag-convert on his 3 charities. 0 out of 3 for Sepnio. Couldn't capitalize on that opportunity as well. Almost losing it but picked up by Salazar. Trying to look inside, almost a steal. Ball will stay with Biñan. 14 left on their shot clock.
3 straight misses for Antipolo. That's a rare occurrence.
Uncharacteristic, I would say. Setup job once again para kay Agnas Hernandez. Another basket. So back-to-back baskets para dito sa Biñan. Slowly but surely. Lead down to 17. Try to go inside Navarro. Turn around is good. (44-25). Sila 19-point lead para sa JY Titans.
That shot would somehow end the momentum of Biñan.
Agnas couldn't get the 3 to fall. And we've seen it in the previous ball game, talking about yung 18 under division nitong battle between Cavite City and Pasig earlier. Na you go on those runs and sometimes it's just one basket from the other team that can stop yung momentum na binubuo mo.
And in previous game nga natin, it was mostly Andrew Chio.
Maybe something about the ring talaga dito, no? Yung mga ganong shots hindi nahuhulog. Salazar turns the ball over. Picked up by Antipolo. They have a 2-on-1. Martellana challenging Hernandez. Overshoots. Navarro missing on the follow. 2 attempts. 3 attempts. Sepnio finally gets it para sa Antipolo.
Stat padding play there. Dagdag ng rebounds. Dagdag sa averages.
Lead back up to 21. 46-25. Alguire inside Hernandez. Trying to draw the contact. Missing underneath. Human leg, almost gets the ball stolen. It will stay with the JY Titans. 1:48 remaining sa ating third period. This was the 3 attempts ni Navarro. Maybe babied his shots, but Sepnio shows him how it's done. 3 is short para kay Dimanlig. Hernandez leads the break para sa Biñan. Will stay with the tuck gel. I like the aggression, but so far hindi nagre-resulta on the terms of points para sa Biñan, as they would talk it over. Just 1:28 left in the third, still trailing by 21. A minute and 28 remaining dito sa ating third quarter, 46-25. JY Titans still enjoying this 21-point lead as Hernandez gets fouled and 2 free throws coming up. Much better performance para dito sa Biñan in the third period, but yung puhunan na nagawa nitong Antipolo JY Titans in the second quarter particularly, even this performance ng Biñan, ang laki pa rin ang inahabol nila.
And even in that late second quarter, in the last 2 minutes, still even extending that lead a little more. Ended the half na nga, up by 25 itong Antipolo.
Luxury talaga, no? If maaga kang makapag-invest, especially with the time, the running clock that we have dito sa ating Manny Pacquiao Jr. MPBL, sa doble kayod ka, ikaw pa yung naghahabol. Dugoktokan, missing on that hook. Takbo tayo sa kabila. Approaching the minute mark dito sa ating third quarter. Nahuli ni Navarro. Yung jumper na yon para sa Biñan. They get another opportunity. De Parine. Now Alguire. They kick it out. Cabuñas will try for 3. Still can get it to fall. Nagukdokan. Blocked by Cabuñas. Trying to get the ball back, but a foul will be whistled against him. Penalty na dito itong Antipolo.
So Biñan improving a bit on the interior defense. Kita mo dun, got a hand up. They are outscoring Antipolo by 6 here in the third.
It's a lot better nga in terms of their performance, but despite that, the separation that Antipolo was able to create in the first half, just maybe a bit too much, no? Yung sinasabi mo nga kanina, Justin, to begin the ball game, na gusto mo sana na hindi nila i-allow na lumobo yung kalamangan.
With as much talent here in the Antipolo team, it will be hard to hold them scoreless for a number of minutes.
And even when you do, like in this third quarter, nahihirapan ka pa rin makabangon from this huge deficit. Mabini with a steal. De Parine now. Cabuñas against 2 defenders. Couldn't convert. Antipolo sila naman ang tatakbo. Trying to set up the gukdokan and gets the finish plus the foul from Cabuñas.
Just when you thought, medyo bumabagal na ang Antipolo.
Move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness. B-Liga ready. 4th point para dito kay Dagokdokan. There's so many weapons para dito sa Antipolo JY Titans. You just feel like there's not one main guy na meron sila dito sa koponan nila. It's Marquez obviously leading the way. But you just feel that kahit sino, second 5, third 5, you would get that production para sa JY Titans.
Still, missing the services of their main man, Chris Paul Lavore. he does average 10.7 points, 10.3 rebounds, 2.3 blocks. Definitely an inside presence.
So imagine the offense itong Antipolo JY Titans still clicking. Sabi mo, despite the absence of their leading point man, just goes to show yung depth na meron itong Antipolo nga. That's why they are atop our team standings. Limanlig. Ooh, that spin cycle. Denied though by Cabuñas as the quarter will end. Antipolo JY Titans still enjoying this 20-point advantage, 48-28. Heading to our last 10 minutes of action. Some highlights brought to us by Chef's Magic.
You like the effort of Biñan on the defensive end. Only giving Antipolo 7 points this quarter and outscoring them by 5. So a little bit of momentum coming into the fourth. But let's see, it is still a 20-point lead. Let's see if that's going to be enough.
Take another look at our quarter scene stealer brought to us by Chef's Magic. From tip-off to the final buzzer, every moment counts, and so does every meal. Whether you're celebrating a win or just enjoying the game, Chef's Magic condiments brings the flavor that makes every bite unforgettable. Chef's Magic, make every meal a magic moment. Final 10 minutes of action dito sa ating 14-under matchup ng Antipolo JY Titans and the Biñan Tatak Gel Emeralds Lamtex. So coming to you live from the Xavier Wooden Court in San Juan. Jaime Mendihar joined by Justin Almeida alongside Nicole Lim. Bringing you the action as the JY Titans looking to preserve this 20-point advantage. Despite Biñan inching closer nga in that third period, Justin, talagang nahihirapan pa rin makahabol itong mga nakaitim.
Oh, doing a great job in the third quarter, cutting it down by 5, pero still a lot malayo-layo pa yung hahabulin ng Biñan.
They could just look back in that second quarter performance nga, being outscored 27-6 like you said. While the response was there, adjustments na hanap nga nila, maybe too big a hole that they dug themselves into in that first half.
It really was in the second quarter. No, that's when they collapsed. First quarter only down by 4. Pero they just started out flat in the second and giving them a huge lead here.
Even si Agnas, no? A couple of free throws missing for him. Iba rin yung pagod, no? Pag naghahabol ka for majority of this ball game. Cabuñas will head to the line. Puno committing that personal. Renzo was making a point. I was covering a ball game with him sa Pocket League natin. No? Na this is the part sa fourth period where if ikaw yung trailing team, you really would want to get on that kahit 6-0 run, kahit papano, to make you feel like mayroon pang tsansa. Magkakaroon ka pa ng opportunity to really make that comeback. And that's certainly what Biñan would have, or at least try to establish dito. But 4 straight misses from the charity stripe not going to be helping their cause.
Just getting a little bit of motivation or that second win. Doesn't have to be a 6-0 run, kahit back-to-back baskets pa lang to start the quarter. Nag-iiba yung energy ng buong team after that.
May gana talaga na makukuha, and the struggles continue here for both teams actually. Still scoreless here sa ating fourth period. Ball goes back to the JY Titans. Still 8:36 remaining in this ball game. This is just game number 4 of a 9-game schedule. Hatid sa inyo ng Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL on this Saturday. 16 and 18 between these two teams will be happening this afternoon. And we'll be ending the game, or our day, with Leyte in their matchup against Quezon City. Couple of turnovers here for both teams. But you could afford these types of mistakes, no? If ikaw ang Antipolo, dahil you wouldn't really mind. I mean, you do mind, but obviously, nga, may room ka na for error being up this big. Agnas trying his best to keep Biñan in it. Now in double figures with 10. Attacking the baseline strong. There was Sepnyo. This is Darren Christian. Couple of Sepnyos dito sa JY Titans. We got both DC, Darren Christian and Dwayne Christian. Parang si Kian Edison tsaka si Kian Allison para sa JT Bulacan Taipan.
Oh, and coming back in the ball game now is Mark.
Of course, Marquez. We spoke about this kid, played well off the bench para sa JY Titans. But before that, we have this challenge. Ball out of bounds play. It's an unsuccessful challenge. So ball will stay with the Antipolo JY Titans. Still down by 18, 48-30. Under 8 minutes to play dito sa ating fourth quarter. Trying to play a sneaky inbound play as Marquez, the player that we were speaking about, gets another basket. I don't know if you saw that, itong si Puno, Justin, parang nagtatampo siya dun sa ring. As Marquez adds 2 more to his tally, now has 12 to go with 8 rebounds.
What under play, no? Ito si Puno. His stomp.
Marquez, though, couldn't complete that 3-point play. Leads sila at 20, 50-30. Agnas trying to save it, but turns it over. You like how the JY Titans dito, defensively at least, hindi rin sila nagre-relax dito, not allowing itong Biñan to get any type of momentum.
Yeah, even after building that separation, you don't see them relaxing. They still are trying to play the right way. What I like is that they're not trying to keep away. They're still very aggressive, attacking. More often than not, minsan when you're just trying to protect the lead, nakakahabol talaga yung kalaban.
Parang playing not to lose, no? And in the sense of the JY Titans, as you say, Agnas called for that Yugo to his disbelief. Just a bit of reaction dito kay Rain Agnas. Meanwhile, punta muna tayo kay Nicole for a report.
For Antipolo Titans, challenge man sa kanila na halos bago ang kanilang players. Wala na silang babaguhin sa kanilang sistema as they need to focus to stay composed and maintain the same intensity. As Coach Michael said, he's happy with the dedication and effort na ipinapakita ng mga ito on today's game. Jaime and Justin.
Thank you once again, Nicole, and certainly effort not lacking para dito sa JY Titans. And we were just talking about it, in terms of their defense. You could opt to say na parang relax na lang tayo ng konti, lamang tayo ng malaki, but that's the winning mindset that this undefeated JY Titan team is displaying.
Well, Coach Mike Romero did say at the start of the ball game na wala na talaga silang babaguhin. They're gonna go for that, their focus on defense, which is yung full court press nga nila, and the continued run and gun style of Antipolo.
Si Rain Agnas, a bit of the lone bright spot para dito sa Biñan, I would say. I mean, not surprising certainly na makikita natin yung production na to para kay Rain Agnas, but the games that I've covered ng Biñan, usually meron niyang second, third scorer na relieving a bit of pressure dito kay Rain.
Well, you do have John Cedric Marquez as the second scorer. Omeres rather as a scorer for Biñan, who hasn't been that effective here today.
I would say the defense din talaga ng Biñan. You mentioned it in the earlier part of the ball game, Justin. Yung loob para nga dito sa Antipolo JY Titans, they have made it difficult for the guards nitong Biñan. And if that outside shot is not falling, Talagang hindi talaga luluwag yan. Still an 18-point lead, 50-32 with under 6 minutes to play. That outside shot once again. May kita mo rin na may konting frustration na din dito kay Cabuñas because he has had some open looks.
Cabuñas has been struggling all throughout this ball game. Only scoring, not being able to score yet.
Timeout nga muna dito. Antipolo JY Titans sila by 18. We're on to the final 5 and 45 of this ball game. Antipolo still enjoying this 18-point advantage, 50-32 kontra Biñan in the first game of a 3-game set dito sa ating Saturday afternoon. Hatid sa inyo ng Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Foul gonna be whistled here kontra Biñan.
A lot of players for Biñan today struggling, not getting their usual numbers. Agnas, the top scorer, only with 8, averaging 17, and itong si Omeres usually averages 10.8, only with 4 today.
Ayun nga yung mga missing production, like you said, that would have spelled something different para dito sa Biñan.
Even itong si Salazar, who does have can get points on the board.
Along with Cabuñas, sabi mo nga kanina, still searching for their first bucket. And these are players that in the past been able to get some production out of the Emeralds. But back-to-back baskets para dito sa Biñan. They're staying in it, trying to make one final run, still down by 14. But you kind of feel that Biñan is raring to go on this big run. Defensive foul pa, itatawag dito kontra JY Titans. That will be called against Marquez.
So a couple of baskets and stops here for Biñan. Like what you were saying earlier, na makapag 6-0 run ka, gives you that sudden burst of energy. Parang may chance ka pang makabalik.
Well, time no longer on their side. 4 and 40 na lang nalalabi dito sa ating laro. But you like they're trying to still make that push. It's De Parine. Agnas open for 3. Too strong. Mendoza will track it down. Trying to hit the head. Finds Puno. Nice extra pass. Contact drawn and headed to the line here is Rafael Sabio.
That's one way you can end the scoring drought. Sabio going up strong and getting the contact.
Very unselfish there was Puno. Parang if you think about it, pwede ng panira. The way that Puno has been playing. But still, setting up itong ang si Sabio. Missing on the first though. Missing on both. So window still open para dito sa Biñan. We'll try almost. Another 3 para kay Salazar. De Parine. Back to Salazar. You find Agnas. Good fake. Drops it off to Magat. Shot clock is down to 5. The 3-second violation will be called against Biñan.
Around, kita natin a little bit too unselfish. Even their teammate thinking na titira na sila, kaya natawagan ng 3 seconds.
Yung mga opportunities talaga, slipping out of the hands nitong Biñan. Parang must score na sila every possession at this point in the ball game. Mendoza through the lane. Nice drop pass to Puno. Back to the line for another set of free throws.
Number 18,
This time, taking it upon himself. Itong Puno.
First one will rattle out. So free throws, something that itong Antipolo JY Titans, Justin, could look at in this particular ball game. 4 out of 20 from the charity stripe. Well, Biñan not better themselves, 8 out of 22. The free throw will miss para kay Puno. Babalik muli ang bola sa Biñan.
So very low percentage from the free throw line, 20%.
So yet another opportunity para sa Biñan na makalapit. Agnas. Thought about the 3. Steps closer. Misses on the gimme. Numbers on the other end. Marquez won't be denied. Lead up to 16, 52 to 36.
Very efficient so far para kay the perfect.
Salazar. Shot clock is down to 6. Trying to go inside. Pass just a bit too high. Yet another turnover para dito sa Biñan. Final 2:48 dito sa ating ball game. JY Titans trying to protect this 16-point lead.
And John Cedric Marquez has been very impressive so far. Still perfect from the field, no? 5 out of 5.
Yeah, doing that off the bench, no? Iba rin yung damage na nagawa niya, especially in that second period kung saan umalagwa itong Antipolo JY Titans. Pass intercepted. Mendoza adjusting mid-air, getting the finish kontra kay Dave Parine. Biñan Tatak Gel will call for a timeout. Still down by 18, 2-20 remaining in this game. Look at that move from Mendoza, drawing the contact. Binitin pa. The JY Titans trying to get their 5th straight victory. The Antipolo JY Titans 54, Biñan Tatak Gel Emeralds Lamtex 36. 18-point advantage pa rin for the boys in white. Sa one final push. Sinusubukan dito ng Biñan as that's Tejada finally getting a 3-pointer para sa Biñan. The last 2 minutes na tayo dito sa ating 14 under matchup ng Biñan and Antipolo. Still a 15-point advantage for the JY Titans. He's trying to slow things down, trying to milk as much clock as they could. Marquez pass a bit wayward, unable to save it. Was Trabado.
So that is a great way to come off the timeout, no? Tejada hitting a 3-pointer and then getting a stop on the other end.
Foul will be whistled here against Antipolo, and that will mean free throws para sa Biñan.
Tejada will go to the line. Trying to make this 5-an.
Imagine Tejada just getting his first taste of action dito sa ating 4th quarter. Getting that 3-pointer, getting their first free throw. So quite an impact, I would say, despite this deficit para sa Biñan.
So ito yung sinasabi nating making a case for extra minutes here in the late stages.
Maybe someone na yun nga, pwede nga mapasok ng mas maaga siguro in their efforts para sa Biñan. Marquez adds a rebound to his tally. And that 14 and 8 now para kay Marquez. Trabado wide open. Misfires. Rebound battle, makukuha ni Basa. Approaching the minute mark here in our fourth and final quarter. Safe to say that the Antipolo JY Titans, Justin, will stay atop our standings. Still yet to taste defeat after 5 ball games, including this one. So ano yung gusto mong ano pa yung gusto mong makita dito, Justin, sa Antipolo despite this undefeated start?
I'm already very impressed with Antipolo right now. They haven't really made some adjustments. Ang ginawa nila, just continue to play their brand of basketball. Even considering that wala pa si Chris Paul Lavore. So being short-handed here today against Biñan, who is 4-1 in the South Division. I'm very impressed so far.
Kumbaga, may rason kung bakit hindi pa nga sila natatalo dito sa ating season number 3. Certainly a contender throughout our tournament. As Sepnyo finds himself on the line. This is Darren Sepnyo, player number 1. Safe to say, ang kanyang kapatid is player number 3. So, hindi, probably twins. I mean, I think it's safe to say or safe to assume at this point na kambal sila.
Maybe one thing that they can improve on, no? Malakas yung front court nila. The back court, the shooting from the outside could be improved. They're only 2 out of 11 here today.
A steal para sa Antipolo as Marquez continuing his excellent performance. This is one kid that impressed me. Itong si Marquez coming off that bench. Pero yung points niya talagang effort buckets, I mean. Hindi siya yung kailangan talagang mag-execute sila through him, but the type of hustle points that he's been getting off the offensive rebounds, coming off those steals and easy baskets, really yung energy niya na nag-rub off din sa kanyang mga teammates.
Most of his points coming from hustle plays, not really creating shots for himself.
Gusto mong player, yung hindi talaga madamot, right? Able to just go with the flow, ika nga, let the game come to him. On the line para sa Biñan is Nathan Sanaras. Or Sanares, I believe. So case for Tejada and itong si Sanares to maybe get a lot more playing time in their future games. Final 24 seconds dito sa ating ball game. The JY Titans trailed for the first part of this game, if I remember correctly. Biñan yung nakauna dito, but it was Antipolo taking a 4-point advantage heading into the second period, and that 27-6 second period just really spelled doom para nga dito sa Biñan.
5-0 run nga ang simula ng Biñan. Then just taking over was Antipolo after. I think it was 11 unanswered.
Kind of has been the theme of this ball game, and while the third quarter na limit nga nitong Biñan to 8 points itong Antipolo, and even 9 here in the fourth period, the inability to get the scores in bunches didn't really allow them to threaten at any point dito sa ating second half.
You do have to give credit to the defense of Antipolo, especially on the interior, no? The length coming into play of their big men. Nahirapan talaga yung Biñan to get those shots up in traffic. Yeah, that has been what Antipolo has done well for this 16-point victory.
Didn't help that the 3-point shooting ng Biñan, they weren't able to activate it. It was only Tejada in the latter part ng ating ball game where they were trying to play catch-up. Just 1 3-point conversion out of 12 attempts na sinasabi mo, yun yung kailangan talaga magawa dito ng Biñan to be able to open up the floor for the penetration of the likes of Cabuñas and Agnas.
3-point shooting really coming into play. Both teams actually struggling. Pero yun nga, just more length on the side of Antipolo. Really, that was the biggest factor. And syempre, we were talking about John Cedric Marquez creating points through those turnovers or putting himself in the right position.
So Biñan will slide to 4-2 while itong ang Antipolo will stay undefeated. 5 wins with no losses for the JY Titans. They continue on their winning ways. Talagang yung programa din ng Antipolo dito sa ating season number 3 has been excellent. Meanwhile, let's head over to Nicole Lim. Kasama niya ang ating Chef's Magic Player of the Game.
Mga kaliga, kasama ko ngayon ang ating Chef's Magic Player of the Game from Antipolo JY Titans, Cedric Marquez. Cedric, sa tingin mo, ano yung naging sistema nyo na naging effective way para makuha ang momentum hanggang huli?
Ano po, siguro yung depensa po namin, yung mga sinabi ni coach na dumipensa lang para makuha yung panalo and tulungan-tulungan lang po para ayun, makuha nga po yung panalo. And nagtulungan lang po kami sa mga pasa, sa mga, ayun po, mga teammate namin. Ayun, tulungan lang po.
Cedric, meron ka bang gustong batiin o pasalamatan?
Wait lang po. Nawala!
Yan, tignan natin kung sino ang mga babatian nito ni Cedric.
Shoutout nga po pala kay Boss JY, kay Boss Rapi, kay Mayor John Linares, sa mga teammate ko, kay Coach Michael, sa mga kila Coach Bakay. And thank you rin nga po pala kay Tita Naisel sa binigay niya sapatos. Shoutout din po kay Pauling Cruz sa mga taga-Tondo. Ayun po.
Once again, congratulations to our player of the game at sa buong Antipolo JY Titans. And now, let's take a look to our assessment and defensive player of the game, Jaime and Justin.
Salamat muli, Nicole. So, couple more awards bibigay natin dito, beginning with the Hustle Club Defensive Player of the Game. It's Charles Navarro para sa Antipolo JY Titans. 10 rebounds, a steal, and a couple of blocks for their big man. Really not allowing anything easy para nga dito sa Biñan Tatak Gel Emeralds Lamtex. Assist man of the game brought to us by Don Benitos, none other than Rain Agnas. Yeoman's effort para nga dito sa batan to, but unfortunately it came too short para nga sa Biñan with the second loss of their season. That will be a wrap for the 14 under matchup of Antipolo and Biñan. Coming right up is their 16 under matchup. We'll now be passing it off to our good friends Charles Baitiong and Coach Anton de los Reyes. That will be it for myself and my partner Justin Almeida along with Nicole Lim. We'll be passing it off to CJ Ang once again. Maraming salamat po for joining us for the first 4 games of this Saturday. Makita-kita po tayo muli dito sa ating Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino, liga ng bayan na to. Klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay, yeah. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero liga ng bayan.